Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Guide. I'm presenting Street Fighter 4, and this is on the Xbox 360. This is the Xbox 360 dashboard, looking beautifully but also tragically bare bones. This is the original release of Street Fighter 4, the very first one, and I know it was updated a few times, and I'm just going to turn the volume down. It's literally blowing my ears out of that. Yeah, I know it was released a couple more times on the 360 because I own those copies. But I thought I'd take a look back at the original. And here we've got Vega fighting Cammy in a back street, which is entertaining for all involved, I'm sure. We're going to play this at any point soon, please. Here we go. I'm going to get into it. There's empty slots on my old roster screen because I never bought any content for this. I bought the game and never paid for any of the DLC, but I did buy the re-releases, which then had a load of extra characters in them. Here is my personal favourite character of all time in a fighting game.
Get ready for a cyclone. There's no way a move like that could work.
He's talking crap there.
Pro wrestlers are weak. Everyone knows martial artists are better. But Zangief...
Punch him in the face, go on. Punch him straight in the fucking face.
He can't lose if he uses his
Can't slag off Zangief.
Cry, baby, cry, baby. You're a lion, cry.
Isn't that going to crush them all between his hands?
Here's your proof, kids.
Barely synchronised voice and animation there, which is nice. Yes, I wanted to see you crush a giant pencil. Okay. Anyway, this has got a story for every character, and the story is always a little rubbish. But here we go. So, having not played this game for a fair while, I may or may not be slow on the uptake. We'll see how it goes. Playing this on the Xbox 360 pad as well, with the old D-pad, not using a joystick. So hopefully my specials aren't going to be embarrassingly... Well, I've already done 360. Hard to pull off. Beautiful. Spanking this pillock. As you can see, the graphics are still quite nice. The characters are suitably chunky. They have a nice kind of feel to them in terms of surface finish. Kind of cartoony, aren't they? And so the main dudes look fine. The people and animals you tend to see in the background don't look quite as good, but I guess cutbacks had to be made somewhere. Elf Huerte here is a bit of an annoying character, so I'm glad he's dead. Running around the screen as he does, with a frying pan like a massive tool. So I win, and all is good with the world. Zangief likes to show off his muscles at the end of every match, which is alright by me. Ken, we've got Ken here. Ken's got shockingly yellow hair in this game. You see like the little paint lines and the texture there, it's quite nice, I like that effect. I like all the filters that happen on this actually. When you complete a match you get some inky stuff going on, which is groovy. I was hoping that all the special moves in this game were going to have sort of an inky look to them, because in the trailer, if you remember way back when, the trailer had loads of kind of ink lines in it, like splashes and stuff. I think it was Ryu versus Ken, and all the special moves and what have you were outlined with ink splats and stuff, and it looked really cool, but they didn't really do that for the final game. Maybe for readability's sake, I don't know. Maybe they just got a bit scared of the effect alienating people. But anyway, it plays a lot like Street Fighter 2, imagine that, and Most of the characters have their same moves. They have super special moves. And it's relatively easy as a game. Even the final boss isn't that difficult. And there's a few new characters. So the boss is Seth. He's a new character to the franchise, I believe. You got old C.VIPER here, who I never liked. Never liked this character. I don't know why. I think the design. I think it's the design doesn't help, but her moves are also fairly annoying. Not that she looks crap. You know, badly done, I mean. But it is, she's just a bit bland. The background here is full of crazy people falling over and stuff. You have to watch it as the fight progresses. You can do a super kind of version of each move if you press 2 buttons at the same time. And in Zangief's case, it lets him go through an attack. You can also do like a throw by pressing 2 like buttons in a direction together. You do like a slam and a suplex with Zangief. If you hold the medium buttons together, you charge up like a sort of a shadow move thing, which lets you go through a move and lets you start a combo. What else have we got going on? You just got your ultra move and your super special move, and they're activated with multiple rotations of the old D-pad plus buttons, and can be fairly difficult to pull off on the old joypad. Although it's not. Actually, the joypad's pretty good for this. It's not the most difficult game to use with the joypad, as the input seems to be quite forgiving. So, for instance, doing the 360s here with Zangief is fairly painless, and he is an absolute brute in this game. So, we've got some of the classic characters here. Balrog looks suitably psychotic with these big starey eyes. Some of the expressions the characters pull off during the fight are quite cool. It's very cartoony, and I know of at least one person who doesn't like the fact that it's so cartoony. But then the original Street Fighter 2 was cartoony too, so I don't know where they're coming from with that one really. Yeah, these background characters aren't so hot. They're animation wise or in terms of models. The environments are nice. This got a conversion to the 3DS, where you got a much more expanded roster of characters to play as, and that has some cut down background details, but it looks very similar, really. A lot of the characters in the backgrounds would be static 2D images in the game, in the 3DS version. Where's the 3D models here? But it's the main characters still look really cool, and you get loads of different costumes in the 3DS version too, which I'm sure you'd probably have to pay for if you're gonna get them in here. Anyway, this is probably my favourite 3D fighting game on the 360. I do like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I've got a soft spot for the Soul Calibur games, but Street Fighter 4, because it feels so much like Street Fighter 2, and it's got some lovely characterisation on the old characters in terms of animations and what have you, it's just my favourite. So there we go. Said it. My favourite fighter on the 360. Got Guile here. Don't know if he's any stronger than he was in Street Fighter 2. Don't really play Guile much. You got the charge move characters on here, and I've never really got on with those. I do like Guile's suplex action though, but I showed him where suplexes come from. Come way downtown from the Suplex Emporium, delivered to your neck. Nice plane in the background then. Massive sort of Russian looking thing popping in. Love it. Love it. We've got Balrog on that plane as well. So there's little cool things in the background. I do like this. I do like this game. There was, I believe, in the downloads, extra backgrounds too, but I'm sure on the subsequent releases, there's the Arcade Edition and the Ultra Edition. The Ultra Edition must come with all of the content, you'd think. But it's been a while since I played it, so I can't remember. But there's a nice volcano stage on the 3DS version, which you'd assume would be in here. There's a skyscraper stage, which looks really cool on the 3DS. I don't think that shipped with this. Yeah, there's a couple of characters in here that do look a bit odd. So E Honda looks a bit screwed in the shoulders, and Blanca looks fairly odd in this too. But Darl Sim here looks great, and Zangief looks cool. This is what a local town looks like around these parts too on a Saturday night. Well, actually, no, this is a Thursday night. What happens down the diner in the Midlands on a Thursday night? Right. Wow. I am dropping Darl Sim on his head here. The fact that he's so bendy has always been a bit. Why are you hurting him by throwing him? Because he can bend all over the place. It's like, surely he's made out of rubber and can absorb such impacts. But not from a hairy Russian man. No sir. So I mentioned the final boss a little bit, and I was surprised to learn that people find the boss difficult. Oh, you've got a super special move here. And I killed him with it. As he dies, he shouts yoga. Very strange. Yeah, I was surprised to find out that people think the boss is hard. I'm on medium settings here, and I don't think I've ever had much trouble with him, to be fair, with any of these characters. Abel is a slightly smaller and slightly quicker Zangief, and he can kind of throw you out of the air, which is annoying. Like, he can grab you from the air and throw you, which I suppose is a good move playing him, but annoying fighting him. This background is not so exciting. It still looks alright, like the old train gun. I guess it's because Seth, going back to Seth, he's got all the moves, he's got a load of the special moves from the other characters. So he's got, for instance, he's got sonic booms, he has got stretchy limbs, he has got screw pile drivers, he's got a special move where he shoots like a laser out of his belly, and he can disappear. When he starts, disappearing and teleporting all over the screen and then dragon punching you from behind, I think that's maybe where people start to panic, but he is fairly doable. So he's not like an SNK style nightmare. He's actually beatable. Hopefully I'll show that in the video. I use the old two middle button move there to give the old invincibility move, the old black ink going around me, so I could break his defense in the previous round. Forgot to mention it. But yeah, I don't like Abel very much. So there's a few new characters in here actually that what's the word? Just not that appealing. Like, Abel wasn't that appealing, and Viper wasn't that appealing. There's another dude, Rufus, sort of fat dude. He's okay. Then you got Seth here, who's like a blue space alien man who sits in a pair of hands, which is a bit strange. It seems to be some sort of genetic experiment gone wrong. He's got like a yin and yang in his stomach. But yeah, he does. He can fire like a laser out of his stomach, and that, you get caught in that. That is bad news. But yeah, let's see if I can't do it first time. And like I said, this is the first time I've played this, and it's got to be at least 3 years on the Xbox. So we'll see how this goes. But should he beat me, it's going to make me look a right fool. There he goes. He's got all the moves. Old Seth. Oh, he's going to kill me, isn't he? Oh, he's got Chun-Li's thousand kick move as well, which is fairly annoying. He's quite a cool looking dude. He's got sculpted calves. Didn't like a palm though, did he? Special delivery! Bosh! Okay. There you go, that's how you do that. You beat him and then he goes nuts on the next round, so I might not beat him here. He's got limitless power. Oh. Don't know what that was. Didn't hardly do any damage to me though. There's Chun-Li's kick. Very annoying to be the recipient of that. Ah, he's going to start disappearing all over the place now. Oh, it's stressful. This is where people start to panic, I guess, at this point. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, he might beat me actually. Oh, he did me as well. Okay. I'll give it to you this time, Seth. I've never been so embarrassed in all my life after talking up my skill set. You've kicked my ass. Right, I'm going to continue and I'll show you that he's not that difficult. He's not that difficult. Oh, maybe he's not just not that difficult as Zangief, I don't know. I have completed this with the majority of the characters. I just happen to like Zangief the best. And maybe Zangief's got the moveset that kills Seth. Old Geefy. It's a bit retro sci-fi, this laboratory. Looks like it's from 1955. Which appeals to me. Well, Zangief's got old hairy calves. Shins. Super hairy shins. Nice close up there. Right, this time you are going to eat death. I'm going to serve it to you from the floor, and I'll put your face into it. Pillock. Yeah. See, he's not all that, is he? Huh? Who's winning here? I'll tell you who. Geefy. Geefy's winning. Oh, it's getting closer now. Oh, he's a rampant. He's ratcheting up the old bullshit. But he's going to take one of these, and he's going to love it. Eat floor, bitch. He's got limitless power again. Okay. He can kind of suck you into his belly button, which is unfortunate for me. That's my weakness. The old getting sucked into a belly button. He knows that. Oh, he's got like a triangle jump as well. Oh, no. This isn't going to go my way this round. He's wise to me. He knows what I'm trying to do here. Sonic Boom you to death. What a bastard. Anyway, this game cost me, back in the day, £5. And I imagine it's not much more than that these days, the original release of Street Fighter 4. But even if it was, say, £10 to £15, it's probably worth it. But you'd better off buying the Ultra version, because it's got all of the DLC. And I don't know how much that one is at the moment. I might Google that and then find out. But if you do manage to find this version for £5, it's worth it. Even with the roster that's on the disc, without the expanded roster, it's still a fun game. But Ultra's the best bet. But yeah, they probably balanced the characters a bit in the Ultra version, so maybe old Geefy's a bit nerfed. I don't know. I'll have to break it out and check. But there we go. Take that, Seth, you prick. What can I say? Not that difficult with Zangief.
Oh, what am I going to do? The tournament's over, and I never got my hands on a souvenir.
That is some weird ass animation though. Yes, there's some odd animation at the end of the game for every character. So enjoy that. Alright, well, there we go. It's a recommended, it's a great game. Maybe get the Ultra version, and see you next time. It's alright.